this time for the first time
For the
ever.
first, exactly.
Ever. 7 on the dot because we're professionals.
That's how
We
we
are
do it.
professionals. Well, I'll just wait a couple of times for a couple of minutes for people to show up before we introduce, or should we just go now? We're just going now.
You might as well.
Welcome to Art Pizza, the podcast where we've been off for a month, so I forget what we do. Probably give art tips and tricks to artists of all experience levels.
We offered them a piece of that art.
Piece of
No
that
more puns,
art.
Josh. We're not allowed to do puns.
Shit.
We're not allowed to do puns.
Yeah, I'm
Who
feeling
is
kind
he
of
without
rusty.
puns?
It doesn't exist apparently.
Oh,
Sorry, Josh. You need puns to exist. It's your
Oh.
purpose in life.
oh my God! I forgot
Like
my
Tinkerbell,
iPad.
but with
Not
puns.
like I draw on Magma anyway. So
Did
What's
I
it
draw
called?
right on top of someone? Hold on.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Just wanted to make sure because I know that Josh was
He
like
needs all that. He needs all the real estate he can get.
Josh was talking shit last time.
What? It wasn't me.
Oh, I forgot. I am Brian Manning, or Tag Champ Brian on social media.
And I am Edward Freda, aka Edward Draw Stuff.
And I'm drinking.
Sorry, I'm the new one here, so I go last.
It's all good.
We spoke over you, Josh. So say it again.
I'm Jershin time.
And I am Rurax.
Yeah, I forgot we have to introduce ourselves too. We're rusty. We're too
It's been a
rusty.
while.
Oh
I
man.
feel like I feel like I haven't done this in like months.
Yeah, I don't even like. I forgot my iPad. I'm not even.
Oh
I'm
my
not-
god.
You
not
did
like I
not
draw on-
forget your iPad. You did not. You're
Good
just like,
job.
I'm not going to
No,
draw today.
it's over there. I can go get it. I just don't feel like it. I
Mm.
forgot to
It's
have
fine.
it
We
here.
can
what
pause
I
where
normally
we're
do.
at right now. Go
Someone's
ahead.
It's not
gotta
like I draw anyway.
lead the
It's
conversation
not like
anyway.
I draw anyway.
All right. I guess you'll lead the conversation. So there's that.
So this week we have the perfect topic after taking an entire month off. Me not doing art for most of that. We're going to be discussing how to rebuild your lost art momentum. And I am listening because I lost my art momentum and I need to build it back. I'm going to say right away, I feel like one of the easiest ones would be to actually go grab my iPad off the couch and set it up so I can actually get some drawing done. But
There you go. That's
don't
the
feel
first
like-
step. Just do it.
I don't feel like doing that right now.
It's not that far. It's not that far. It's
I
right
can see
there.
it. I can
It
see
really
it.
isn't.
I can see it.
But whatever excuse just to lead the conversation, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah, I think with that being said, I think well, what's the reason why we lose momentum anyway? Is there
What causes that?
Yeah.
I want to say sometimes it's burnout, but other times, I know this is going to sound super foreign as a concept to Ed, but sometimes
shit?
I just forget to do art because I'm doing other things.
Oof.
Right.
It's like, I don't even know what that means.
Like being a good dad.
I don't understand what you're saying.
That's a foreign language. Because I'll be like writing or something and then forget to do art and then for a couple of days and just lose that momentum.
Right. I feel you. Yeah, I think for me, I think I'll get on like a steady pace and I'm doing a lot, and then I'll just stop, like with no rhyme or reason. I'll just like,
Yep.
you know
Yeah,
what?
you just
I don't care. You know?
Oh, wait, is it a negative way or is it just like a good healthy stopping point
It's
for
a
a
good,
while?
yeah, it's a good healthy stopping
Okay.
point. It's like I don't feel bound to anything. To just keep doing it. I'm just like I'll do it when I feel like it, or you know.
Yeah, most of the time that's like a couple of weeks for me. It's never as long as it's been. I mean, not never. It's rarely this long. Like
All right. Well,
I
how long?
go through spells this long about once a year, once or twice a year. Most of the time, it's like a 2 weeks at the most.
Is there a particular reason, or you just, like you said, you just are
Yeah,
busy
I
with
mean,
other things?
you lose the momentum, and then just the thought of doing it, like just rebuilding momentum, like it gets exciting at first. You're like, yeah, I want to do some art because it's gonna be fun, and then you just keep saying that to yourself and then never doing it, and then the
Right.
momentum's gone. Momentum's gone.
Well, how about you guys? Do you guys run into that a lot?
All the time, every day.
Every
life.
day.
Hey,
Never
I mean,
ends.
Every day.
do you not think about it, like, or
I think for me personally, it's happened so much throughout my life that I just lose such great momentum. I just I don't really think about it too much. I know that I'll get back into my mojo of things. It's just
Mhm.
I have to come into it naturally, and that usually is through some kind of inspiration or seeing some kind of image or
Mhm.
feeling inspired, and then that's when I know that spark will come back. So it's just for me, it's just a matter of time. You just kind of have to like wait it out and let it happen naturally.
Do you
Yeah,
look at
that's
it
probably
as
one of the
a
best
as
things about Instagram for me is like I follow a ton of artists, so it's just a lot of inspiration. So a lot of the times that momentum, I mean that stopping point is not that long,
Hmm.
but sometimes, like I said, I'm doing a lot more writing, although I have a reason this time, but
Mhm.
I'm doing a lot more writing, so it's not that I don't want to draw, it's just I don't want to stop writing.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you're trading one creative endeavor for another, at least. So.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I stop drawing because I had to catch up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I expect like an intervention.
right.
Right.
Yeah, same. Like it's like what Brian does. If I'm procrastinating on something, I'll procrastinate by doing something else. Right. So I haven't drawn a whole lot lately because I've been so, I don't know, so focused on this project that I'm working on. I'm trying to make a sculpture with mechanical parts in it, and
Oh,
that's
that's cool.
that's not really like painting related or anything, but
Like
I like.
another like a moving mask or something like that.
No, this one's gonna be like a fixture on like a table, like a decoration for a table. But I'm exploring concepts that I'm not familiar with because I'm not a mechanical engineer. So, in that sense, like exploring it is fun. Like, so I actually am drawing things, but they're more like idea things. They're not like, oh, I'm
Yeah, they're
drawing,
like design ideas, right?
right, right. Not like I'm
Not
drawing a superhero.
illustrations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still creating though. I mean, it's not like you just stop and you're not doing anything, you know?
Yeah, but that's the reason why my Instagram looks like it's like a ghost town.
Mm.
But I did
Oh.
post something today. Actually, I just finished. I,
Yeah, I
I
saw
Oh,
told you
that.
I was gonna knock that out,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
did.
that's cool.
Have you ever looked at like not to stray from the topic, but have you ever looked at like I want to say not concept art, commercial design? What is it? What is that? Like industrial design? Like when
Industrial design, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know
when
what
they
that.
do like cool marker and pencil drawings of like everyday objects, but they make them look all sleek,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
and
no,
then
I've
it
always
never
wanted
ends up
to
being
do.
that version that they make.
I've always wanted to do a poster of like how they take an object and then they take the
The
pieces like the
exploded view.
components. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
think that's
exploded view.
really cool.
You
One of these,
wanted to do that? Oh my
I-
god.
one of
I'm
these.
sorry, Josh. I'm sorry, Josh.
I will attempt.
I
Don't
didn't know
judge
you
him.
were on the spectrum.
Wow.
No,
Not that there's anything wrong with the
Not that
spectrum.
there's
No, I
anything
just- I
wrong
had-
with that.
There's nothing wrong with it, but
It's
I'm not on
it's
it.
fine, Josh. It's fine.
Wait,
It's
so
Josh is
okay.
really into
No,
trains.
I'm gonna have
The
reference.
idea-
Okay? They won't be from memory or anything.
You don't have to defend it because it's an awesome thing. I love that kind of artwork.
It sounded
The
like one
thought
of
of
those, like,
doing it though is very daunting. Though that's the only reason I'm saying that.
right. Does your mom
I'm
wanna
not
hear it?
saying don't do it.
Oh shit. That's too good.
I like your Captain America, Ed.
That's not Captain America.
No, it's Captain America. That's so Captain America.
Oh my gosh.
And Josh is drawing Hulk Hogan. What?
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 Get
Hulk
out.
Hogan?
No.
Who is that then? It looks like a mullet though.
Looks like a
It looks
mullet.
like a mullet.
I'm attempting to draw.
Me.
That's funny. So what would you say are some good tips to what do you call it? What are we talking about?
To rebuild lost momentum.
Yeah, lost momentum.
Reawaken
Uh,
or to re-inspire.
This is something that we talked about,
Fire.
like trying to get rid of artist block when you said there's no such thing as artist block.
Mhm.
This is back when it was Jurassic Mouse Claw. Like I'm
I never said that.
re-exploring-
I never
I know you
said
didn't
that.
say it. I know. I like accusing you of saying that you say
Artist block ain't a thing.
art block and wrist injuries are not a thing.
They're not real.
There's real as the Tooth Fairy and Bigfoot. So I'm exploring a lot of those methods that I discussed in the Jurassic Mouse Claw to get that back, which is reading comics and watching anime and sci-fi stuff. So I
Right.
watched Battle Angel, watched Alita, the live action
Oh,
one,
that's
because
such a good movie.
I can't get my hands on the anime anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's so hard to find.
The robots have taken
The,
over. They don't want
the robots have
The
taken over.
robots.
The robots.
So I did watch the 2019 movie. I do like that movie. Then again, I also like Robert Rodriguez, so I liked his directing style. But I'm also, like I said, catching up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I busted out the Marvel Unlimited app again to start reading more comic books,
Oh, okay.
Nice.
and that usually gets me fired up to do more art.
Mhm.
Right.
That and browsing Instagram.
Yeah, I think sometimes I think we've talked about this before, Brian. As far as like sometimes people get stuck in a rut, like mentally. I don't know. You never know what someone's going through emotionally. So
Yeah.
like I guess it has to do with like mostly mental health, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe not full on depression, but just that down feeling of like, especially if you feel bad that you're not drawing every day, it can
Yeah.
affect you and make things a lot harder.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
try
who
not to
am
think-
I?
Yeah, I try not to think about it like that. I try not to get on down on myself about not drawing every day. But like I said, like, you know, I do creative stuff as well. So, but that helps me cope with it. But
I used
Yeah.
to feel bad about not drawing every day, and now I'm just like, no, I'm fine. You know, it's like it's okay. Like I don't punish myself for
you
not
feel
drawing.
free, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm free.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
You don't do any self-flagellation.
Yeah, it's like just with a
Oh my
ball-
god. It's just a head in a tower in a monk's outfit.
just praying to God and just forgive me for not drawing today. No, but
Forgive me for wasting these you given talents.
I know. I have forsaken you by not using this talent.
To draw monsters with big teeth.
Exactly, right. Or not Captain
Shame.
America's.
Not Captain America. That's Captain America.
That is
Come on.
not Captain. Look at
Look
him.
at him. Look
That's
at him.
like that's Captain
This guy-
America
That's him.
before the
Feather
super
ears.
serum.
That's yes.
He aged
That's
out.
old Captain
He
America.
went
That's
back in time and aged
Ed
out.
Asner, Captain America.
Ed
Ed
Asner, Captain
Asner, wow.
No one's gonna know who Ed Asner is.
We're too old, right?
We're
We're too
too
old.
old.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to. Can you see that better?
Oh,
I
now
don't
we
know
can
if you-
see Elisa's art. I'm sorry, Rurax's art. I don't want to name drop real names.
dox
if
me,
you guys
bro.
know-
Shit. Oh man.
the camera's on. You want to say hi?
Hello.
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 But if I do find it that I need, like, I'm slacking off a little bit, and I find ways to discipline myself. You know,
Self-flagellation.
So,
Yeah.
not
He's just
that.
sticking nails into it.
Right. Oh, man.
But like, what do you mean though? Like
Like I'll put myself
homework,
on a
assigned
like,
homework,
I'll put myself on a program. It's like, all right, I'll be able to
a
focus on
PIP,
studying
a
on
performance
this.
improvement program.
Yeah,
Want a
I give
pip?
myself a pip. basically, I'm setting myself up for failure. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what they are.
that's what they are. But yeah, and I've learned from using Trello also that you guys mentioned before. I started using that,
Oh, nice.
and
thank
it
you,
kind of
Josh. That was a great tip, by the way.
it just helped
'Cause
me.
I started using it for writing too.
It started to help me organize my shit. Like I
Nice.
could schedule everything, every time,
Hmm.
everything I needed to do, and it helped me stay, what do you call it, accountable to myself.
Organized. Oh yeah.
And like with accountability, and that's a big deal with me. It's like if you say you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't give me any other excuse. So if
Yeah.
I tell
Oh,
myself that, I
we
know
have
I'm
a
gonna do
visitor.
it.
We have a viewer.
Let's see, Beached Whale.
Beach whale.
Hey,
is
Beach
that?
Whale, going
Who
crazy
is
in the
that?
I
digital
don't know who
archive.
that is.
I
I'm
mean,
not sure
that's
who Beach
crazy.
Whale is, but welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, Beach Whale.
If you're in the
I hope
Discord,
we
you can.
find you.
Is the magma link in there?
No, it's a whale. You have to say it in whale language, like
Whale.
Shit. Oh, man. But where was I?
The
You organize
performance
yourself.
improvement program. Holding
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
accountable.
Yeah, making yourself accountable. If you really want to do it, you have some goals in mind, and you just need to kick yourself in the butt sometimes.
Yeah, you do it.
And if you write it down, you're more than likely gonna do it.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're not going to forget it as
Yeah.
easily as
Yeah.
if it's
Mhm.
right there. So
you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna draw 500 hands, 100 hands." You have to
well,
write
yeah.
it down, put it on your
Yeah.
calendar, or tell a friend to keep you accountable. Like, hey, Brian.
Accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
Accountability. Yeah.
Accountability. But
Like if
I
I
don't know how to
really
combine
wanted
those
to
words.
draw 100 heads, I would tell Brian, "Hey, Brian, I want to draw 100 heads. Hold me accountable."
And I would be like, you don't expect me to do that too, do you?
That's exactly what you say.
You know what would be a fun exercise if you get like a random text on a day. Yo, let me see that hand, and then real quick you gotta like sketch a hand.
Sketch your
Like you send each other
Oh
like
my
photos
God.
of hands,
Yeah.
and then we have to draw just hands, no
Like
feet.
on the
Ed.
fly.
No feet.
No
Yeah, on the
feet.
fly.
And you just send it to like 100 people, and they just kind of like, "What? What's wrong with him?" Oh,
Let me
Oh.
see them hand.
yeah, like Edward, that artist guy. I
Silly,
always think to my non-artist friends, I feel like they look at me like I'm on the spectrum.
I
Because-
sometimes feel the same way.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
Ed
right?
Yeah.
is? You feel that Ed
No,
is?
no, 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 no.
You're totally on the
We're
spectrum.
just
man.
me and my friends just talking about Ed's spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I am.
it's like an artist thing. It's like you get it or you don't get it.
Yeah,
Like-
I feel like I am 100% neurotypical and boring, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I feel like my life is easier because of it. The world is made for me. I am slightly below average height, so I fit in airplanes and buses.
That must be nice.
The world
You
is
fit
mine.
over the top in the overhead bin.
Yeah, I have luggage that fits perfectly in the overhead bin, like the long way. I don't have to turn it sideways. The world is mine.
Must be real nice.
Probably the same. Like I would have those weird, dumb ideas, right? Like fish tank. Like I would present that sticker to people, and I feel like only 2 people actually got it.
Oh,
you
you're
know?
right.
Like,
I do tell dumb.
and when they
art jokes,
do,
too.
it's like, wow, you're like a soul animal or something. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot I do tell dumb
Yeah, I
art
know
jokes
what
too. I guess I'm not neurotypical if I tell dumb art jokes.
There you go.
I hand them out to
was the one.
people, and they're like, "Which way does it go?" Tank, like tank.
They
Maybe
probably-
I just didn't draw it right. I don't know.
They probably think Josh wants a donation or something. It's like,
They're
"Oh,
awkwardly
no
like
problem.
patting their
Here you
pockets,
go,
like, "Oh,
here
this
you
is
go."
nice."
I don't have any cash on me.
Look at you.
I don't
Pat
care
him on
about
the
that.
I
head.
must eat a
Pat
meal.
him on the head. Here's 50 cents. That's all I have.
5 shillings.
I will say, like, another thing that does help me get out of rebuild momentum is if I try something that I
Yo,
don't
I got a follow
normally
from
do.
Beached Whale. Thank you. Hello.
get a what?
Nice.
I got a follow from Beached Whale. Thank you. Hello.
What were you saying?
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brian?
Trying to do something like creative, like most likely art wise, that I'm usually either not used to doing or haven't done in a long time, like doing
Mm.
like some logo design or some goofy symbol stuff in Vector. I don't normally do that, so doing that stuff kind of reinvigorates me for a while.
Symbols aren't goofy, Brian.
Symbols are goofy.
Symbols is
Vectors
life.
are
Symbols
is
is life.
Yeah, but nah, I know what you're saying. Um,
No, that's actually kind of cool to like basically give yourself an assignment and treat.
yeah.
It's almost like
yeah,
I
it
feel like
is-
people, like especially if you went to like art school or any kind of school, really, it's like being in having that kind of structure and like deadlines and assignments really like pushes you to do stuff. And I feel like for me personally, especially like being out of school, you don't have that momentum and that push.
Yeah, the hard
So-
thing is it's
yeah.
hard to give yourself a deadline too, because you want to make it reasonable, but that's not how things get done.
No, you
Like,
have to be like
Tight
under the wire.
deadlines.
Yep.
tight
mhm.
deadlines.
Yeah.
Toy.
Yeah, when I think back to like when I was producing the most art, it was all during school. I
Yeah,
was just
Yeah.
drawing
Because you
constantly.
had to, right?
Yeah, because you had to, and
and
it was
and
just
you were
I think
semi-miserable, I imagine, but you
yeah,
got stuff
you're
done.
you're
stuff
around a lot of like-minded people too, so you're like
Yeah.
feeding off that energy, which partially for me, like why I've kind of gotten out of my art rut a little bit lately is just drawing with you guys, to be quite honest. So it does
Oh, did you
help.
guys do the artwork on? Did you guys get together on Saturday?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Did
was
Ed wear an eye patch? Did you have to wear an eye patch?
No. I was fine.
It was fine,
Actually,
'cause-
I thought it was just gonna be me and Eric on Saturday, but
Uh-huh.
Diona and Brooke showed up also.
oh,
So I was
nice.
like,
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool. But
Is
it
my
was-
poster still up there?
oh no, someone bought it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
You lie.
I'm lying.
Oh, that was mean. I got excited.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
I was
Very
like, oh, no
excited
one
about
contacted me.
That's called
Yeah.
controlling the room.
Oh, let me make sure I'm not reversed.
No, it's,
you
you're
know
not
Okay,
reversed.
all
I'm-
right.
what's another good thing would be as far as getting into that mode to start drawing again is setting up my workspace, like making sure it's like kind of tidy and
Yeah.
all my tools are accessible. Because
I wish I could say that works for me, because my workspace, my sketching space on my drawing desk is clean and has been clean and ready for a month.
it's just collecting dust.
and I use that chair to sit down next to my drawing desk and play Horizon Zero Dawn because it was on sale on Steam.
I see. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's just like I don't want to have to dig around for shit. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to move
Yeah.
stuff. It just be out of my way so I can. do
Yeah,
it.
when you're feeling that inspiration, you just want to be able to sit down and go.
Yeah, I don't need to start moving stuff around. You know.
Yeah,
Like
Uh,
Matt
oh,
Damon in Beautiful Minds, like sketching it out.
Right.
Full flow.
wait, Matt Damon in A
Inspirational
Beautiful
music
Mind?
in
You're
the
mixing
background.
two movies.
Oh wait, what movie is that?
You're
Wait,
talking
Russell
about
Crowe?
Goodwill Hunting. Matt Damon is Goodwill
Oh,
Hunting.
Goodwill
Russell
Hunting.
Crowe is A
Oh.
Beautiful
Right.
Mind.
I knew what he was talking about though. I was like, oh yeah, that's totally a beautiful mind. Oh man.
Is it A Beautiful Mind? Because he's mentally ill in that movie, right? They reveal that it's all in
no,
his
he's
head.
Wicked Smart.
He's wicked smart. No, that's Goodwill Hunting.
That is good.
Oh,
So yeah, if you find me not drawing for a while, it's probably because I don't have any room on my desk. So
There's always
all
room on
the-
your iPad, right?
that means I have to
We don't talk
open
about
it.
that.
Oh, that means I got to go to my couch and grab it. Oh,
Oh no.
it's always
But,
right next to me on the couch, and I never open it to draw.
yeah, even my sketchbook, I'll have like open on the desk. So it's like if I'm walking by, I can just like boop boop. There you go.
nice.
I've been watching a lot of comic book inking videos, so I want to start doing more comic book style inking again. And the thought of it frightens me.
Why?
Frightens me because it's
In a good way.
in a bad way, in a good
Oh,
way.
okay.
It's in a good way because it's like it's never been my strong suit, and I feel like every time I do it, I get discouraged
Mhm.
and then start rushing it. But then I've been watching a lot of just professional inkers inking, and they're just so relaxed and slow. And it's like, look at them; they're not
They make
rushing.
it look so easy.
Yeah, and then I watch
Mhm.
Alfonso Dunn, the way he just almost
Oh.
meditating, the way he moves that
Yeah, because he's
those
just
nibs. I'm
scratching
like,
the paper.
yeah,
He's
it's
just
like, oh, he looks so calm and relaxed while doing it. He's not in a hurry like I always am. But I think I said this year I wanted to take more time on art, not necessarily to do more rendering, but to do the same amount of work in
Mhm.
less
Mhm.
in more time, so it's more relaxing. And I think that approach might work. So, like I said, the comic book inking, it's daunting, but if I approach it like that, I think it's exciting to
Right.
think about it like that. So
Yeah, you just gotta,
that, and
make,
as you
make every
know,
line count.
yeah, make every line count. And also, I have art supplies from Jet Pens that are finally appropriately aged that I can
Jet
start
pens.
using them.
Aged? Was it like wine?
I'm waiting for a Jet
Yeah,
Pens
it's
order
like a
to come
fine
in.
wine.
Yeah, I think I have Jet Pens ordered in my mailbox right now.
Oh, you better let it sit for 2 years before
No,
you
but
use
see,
it.
but that's another thing. We've talked about this before. It's like
Getting new
just
toys is another way
new
to,
toys, new art
yeah.
supplies.
Yeah.
That's another way to rebuild momentum, because you get excited. I thought buying those Tombow brushes was going to do it, but I don't even
Yeah.
know where they are.
The kids
They're
took it.
unopened, and I don't know where they are. They're somewhere on that desk back there. So
Right.
Yeah, as a beginner artist, like when I'm learning, I think that's what gets me out of the rut is I'll find something like a piece where I'm like, huh, I've never done that before. Like I'll go attempt it. It might suck. It'll probably suck.
yeah, that's,
Actually, it'll 100% probably suck.
yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I attempted that. I learned something from it. I've seen like recently I painted on a little notebook because I've never done that before. I learned how paint interacts with water and how like I can make it like maybe move. I can slosh it around.
In a good way or bad
I've
way?
seen, like, yeah, I've seen like how I can,
Yeah, just yeah.
In a good
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Yeah.
I can
Totally.
interact with like the brush with the, like if it was dry, I can get this like weird texture, and I found that interesting. But the whole time I'm thinking, is this the right way? Is this the wrong way? Who cares? I'm just doing
Yes,
it.
that's the I was about
Yeah.
to say. Like, yes, it is the right way. I don't know what way you're talking about, but it is the right way because you're doing it.
Yeah, that's the best because you're just like just freewheeling, just
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's probably a good a right way because it
No,
turns
no.
out, like,
There's
when
probably
it came out,
there's definitely a
it's not the way I
different
wanted
way.
it.
Yeah, there's definitely a different way, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to say there's a right way compared to the way you're doing it. And if anyone tells you that you're doing it wrong and you should do it the way they're doing it, they're snobs.
Yeah.
It's-
Unless
They're
it's
art
me telling
snobs.
you that you're doing it wrong.
Well, that's different because you're
wrong.
correcting mistakes.
It's like Josh, start over now.
He's like,
Stop
don't
using
you
the palette
dare
knife
pick
and
up
use a
that
brush.
palette knife. Pick up that brush first, or else.
You stuck with that palette knife though.
Just
No,
You
I
stuck with
didn't.
it.
Like I showed you that painting.
That
I
alien
did a
one,
brush
right?
painting.
and I thought about it after, Josh, and I'm like, don't let me hold you back. If you want to use the palette knife, just use it. Like,
This is
Yeah.
the palette knife.
I like that.
And then Ed was like, "That's a great motorcycle," and then I cried for
I was
a
giving
whole
you
day about
shit,
it.
man.
He knew what it was.
So-
That's why he specifically said motorcycle, because he
yeah,
knew what
yeah,
it
and
was.
then I had to use the brush, but it just
Oh wow!
it's not really what I wanted. Still, I wanted like
That's really
the
cool.
palette knife look. But
Oh
I
yeah,
attempted
there you go, Josh. Don't listen to me. Just
that's
do what
just
you
like-
want
Part one.
until I say
Exactly.
something.
Yeah.
What I
Like a
think
work
what
in
Ed was
progress.
saying is get used to the brush first, and then you can try the palette. I like them both. I think they both look great.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
The thing about the palette knife I love is the texture. I really want to achieve that one day. One of these days.
well, like you
one
said,
day
dry
I'll
brush
get there.
has some interesting textures.
Oh, I meant like textures visually, but I meant like the palette knife has like a texture that you can.
Oh,
like,
just thick globs of paint.
Yeah.
Just
I like wasting paint with the palette knife.
just make sure you get one that bends pretty good, like has some
Has some
give.
spring to it. See,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
Okay,
that.
I didn't know that. That's a good tip.
Mhm.
And then I wanted to bring up, I think that when you visit an art museum and you see like, arts that other people have made, I think it's also an inspirational way to like do something. Because I was walking past the store that sold arts the other day. I was out of town, and they had this piece, and it was just a tree. It's like trees are simple is what you think, right?
Mhm.
But this tree in particular, it was the focal point of the piece. It took up like 75 to 80% of the canvas, like a massive
Mhm.
glob of a tree. And whoever did it, they took the time to I don't know, like I guess it was a palette knife or something, because like it was globs of paint
to
Mhm.
make the bark.
that like you see the texture of the leaves, and it was meticulously placed on there, and it just created like a really nice texture. And I was like, I wanna attempt that one of those.
Go
That's
for
cool.
it.
So just keep
Go for it.
keep messing with it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, at least you admit to yourself right away, like this is probably gonna suck, you know? I think
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
because I
probably
think a
this.
lot of artists might have like an ego where they can't like possibly produce something that sucks and show it to people.
Or
You
they
know.
they come up with a thing and they're like, "This is the best thing ever. I'm gonna
Right.
sell this for $500."
Just that's
I mean,
delusional. That's delusional. That's not even
if
an
they
ego.
get $500
I'm kidding.
for it, bravo.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
you could, you could.
And you
Bravo.
touched on something though that is like so hard though. Like, you know that saying like you have to get all the bad drawings out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
Right.
daunting when you just like know that the thing you're about to produce is probably not going to be that great. So it's almost like why bother? And then you
Yeah,
just like
it
tell
scares you
yourself
off a
that.
bit.
Yeah.
I do, like, for all you younger artists out there listening, it's not that you're going to be 100% unhappy with it. There will be some stuff you like about it, but then you won't really know how much better you can do until you do the next one.
Right.
Mhm.
So you're not going to be 100% happy, but you will be happy that you did it. Because I'm looking
Yeah.
at like all the pumpkin carvings I did when I've never done any kind of 3D sculpting at all, and
Mhm.
I was never 100% happy with any of them, but I like all of them,
Yeah.
and
And you've
I
only gotten
find stuff
better
that
as
I
you
like about all of
go.
them. Yes,
Right.
But
yeah,
it's hard to see that in the moment.
yeah.
That you
But
are
that's
actually getting
another thing,
you
though.
are
Is,
improving.
yeah, but another thing is doing sculpting. I mean, you don't have to do pumpkin or clay. You can do like nomad sculpt, but like working in 3D helps your 2D art as well. Because you
Right.
start thinking about like the planes and lighting and stuff again,
Dimension.
stuff that you forgot. So it's good to step away to that. But explore, try things, like
Mhm.
make the ugly art and be happy with it.
Mhm.
Oh, and then
Yeah, but you know,
I
go
wanted
ahead, Josh.
to add, like, if you're stuck on a rut, like, oh, what am I gonna draw? Maybe sometimes it helps to talk to other people about it. Like, I've done pieces because of just a random like comment from a friend was like, "Hey, let's what about this idea?" And I'm like, that's a pretty wild idea. I'm gonna attempt it.
Mhm.
And those were times where I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna work on for a while. Yeah.
I will say, I think the people that prompt their social media following are really brave, because those people have the wildest suggestions.
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
Like, I mean, just the level of detail. I want to see this guy wearing this thing, saying this. It's like,
Oh,
ooh,
right.
And that's when you're like, I'm sorry, I'm not a mid-journey AI. I'm a person.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
you don't prompt me, sir,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
sir or ma'am.
I sent that picture earlier of the Artemis 2 crew.
No,
Oh, the
Oh,
people
okay.
doing it with the moon.
But did you guys
Put on-
notice the photo of the astronauts? Do they look like eerily AI-ish?
I don't
wait,
think
are
I
you talking about
noticed
on
enough.
Discord?
Here, I'll share it. Hold on. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Sort of.
It's a little pixelated.
Oh, okay.
Looks very much AI right now.
It does.
But apparently, this is the crew that's going to the moon in like a couple years.
You mean Mars or the moon?
No, the moon.
The
The
moon.
moon. We're
Oh,
doing moon
yeah.
stuff
I thought
together.
in a couple of years, didn't they just have a mission to the moon like this year?
With people, I don't know.
Oh,
But
I don't know if it was manned. I don't know.
I saw this and I'm like, is this a joke? Maybe it's an April Fool's thing because why the hell are we going to the moon and why do these people look like AI? You know, it's just
It's all a distraction.
Is that from Saturday? Is that from April 1st?
no. I think it was
Okay.
just.
I just
like,
saw that today. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
So
gotta
it
find
was-
it so I can
it
see
was
the
just
actual
weird.
photo.
it was just weird. Oh, let me find. Hey, here you go. But yeah, where were we?
Uh, Where were
The
we?
AI are
You get
taking
some
over.
prompts from your friends.
Oh, that's
Oh,
straight
that's
up
right,
AI
yeah.
art. What is this? Look at that woman's hair. What is that? No,
Is
the
that, is
dude
that
in the
the
middle and the
bullet?
dude on the right look like the same face. Are they twins? Actually, I can't
No
tell.
one knows.
You know, I originally wanted to draw the Flash, but I couldn't think off the top of my head what his little wings on his head look like.
Aren't they like on his ears, like circles with lightning bolts, or is that just the movie version?
Oh, maybe I don't know. See, that's
Oh, you're thinking of the other Flash with like the metal hat.
The
and
metal
he's not thinking
helmet,
of the metal
the
hat.
old
no,
school.
no, that's not him. I was thinking about Flash, but just the ones with the little yellow.
I think
Yeah.
it's lightning bolts. Like
Yeah.
It's like
Brian
something
said.
like that.
Are they?
Aren't you supposed to use a reference or something?
I have I
Not in the
sometimes don't.
podcast.
Not on the podcast. You're about to catch me and like, oh, you better be using reference. Like I'm yelling at Josh every day. Why aren't you using reference?
Oh, how dare you, Josh? Josh is
Well-
using reference, everyone. Look at that.
I'm using reference.
Bravo.
It's
Bravo,
live
sir.
reference.
Bravo, sir. How dare you?
so lifelike.
But I guess another thing is like maybe try to make. Well, I guess this goes back to making a schedule, but actually having focus like time to yourself. I don't know if that's possible for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible for me at 1 a.m. So
I love the term.
Yeesh.
I love the term time boxing because it sounds like you're beating up people in the past. But time
It's like a portal
boxing,
comes through and just
time boxing is great for setting aside like scheduling activities like doing artwork every day. So
yeah,
because
and it's
yeah. Hey, the Omni Asian showed up. Look at that.
yeah, it's like what do you call it? Turning off your phone to just kind of disconnect for at least like
Yeah.
however time you decide, you know.
Reconnect with yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be hey, she made it for that.
She made it.
She made it. I'll come back. But yeah, I think just distractions because sometimes I'll sit at my desk and I'm distracted by like the toys in my room. You know?
I will
Are
say
you playing with them? You're like,
Yeah, no, yeah. I just like you know, like I
Just
always
fiddling
have
with
like a
them.
toy like nearby. Like I have like this little dude just hanging
oh,
I
the
think
out.
detachable arm
that
guy.
could be helpful
Yeah.
though. That could be
It
inspirational.
could be, yeah.
I want to
Well,
say I lost 8 solid hours of productivity this weekend because WrestleMania.
right.
WrestleMania.
I can't believe I sat on the couch for like
For
2
8
nights in a row.
hours, 2
Holy
nights in a
shit.
row.
And
Four
like
night-
of
4 hours
course
a
I
night.
couldn't draw during this time period because I needed
Yeah, because you're gonna
see,
miss exciting stuff.
so
You're also gonna miss a lot of dumb stuff that we weren't happy with, but you're gonna miss exciting stuff. Congratulations, Rhea Ripley.
but I feel like after all that TV time I watched this weekend for WrestleMania, I need to make up for it this week, you know.
Yeah,
So
I will say I tried to do it in the dumbest way. I was doing, in my mind, research for screenplays that we're writing. So I watched The Bourne Legacy because it's on Netflix now, and I'd never seen that one before.
Oh, really?
is that a highly recommended screenwriting movie or
No, it's just
Oh.
we're currently writing a screenplay that feels like that, but is more comedy. And I'm also writing. I just finished the first book, and I started the second book in a new series that's similar to that style of character.
When you say screenplay, are you pitching this to Netflix?
No, we're not. We're writing screenplays and pitching them to nobody. They're just
Oh.
sitting around. And while I'm like, how do you sell screenplays?
Well,
The
Hey.
world is against me.
I know- I might know a guy that can help you with your screenplays.
I have a friend who's currently shopping around that one I was talking about, the action comedy one. And then we're also writing a pretty big ensemble cast style comedy heist movie.
Ed, does your friend write a lot of coming of age stories?
No, he's actually not a friend of mine. It's I was referencing that one guy that wrote the book, the story,
Oh, Robert McKee.
Robert McKee. I went to his seminar a few
Oh.
years ago.
His
And
grumpy
kinda cool.
seminar.
he's a grumpy old grouchy man, just like
Let me tell you something.
bitter. It's like I never got my Oscar for screenwriting, so I'm just gonna teach because I
Yeah,
can't.
let me tell.
do
Oh,
shit.
let me tell you something. If I ever had the chance to pitch a screenplay to him, he would tear me apart. He's like, "Why are you writing this McDonald's trash? Go watch Chinatown.
Yeah, watch Casablanca.
Watch Casablanca and Chinatown and write
Yeah.
those movies." Like, but
That
they
guy-
exist already, sir.
That guy was a jerk. He went back from lunch. He came back from lunch because we had a break, and he told us to be back in time, or else he would shut the doors.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. And people that came back late, he would call them out in front of the whole like auditorium.
Oh, God.
What is this,
Wow.
I was
high
like,
school?
wow, you're that dude.
Yeah.
Why does he care? He got paid already.
But also after lunch, for some reason, because he was sitting on a stool, he did have socks after lunch, and we thought it was like
Oh.
a very mysterious thing.
He
Like,
didn't have socks.
he had
after
socks before because I was looking.
lunch?
He gets back from lunch, and it's like, where'd his socks go? And like we're just everyone there. We were like, well, why doesn't he have socks anymore? Like it was very off putting.
He's like, let me tell you how to captivate an audience. Show up with
Exactly.
socks, and you,
Create a
and you come back
mystery.
at lunch without them.
Chapter 10. The book.
But it was educational, to say the least. It was just Yeah.
I have the audiobook for Story, and I do enjoy it. I felt like I learned a little bit from that. I learned more from Save the Cat, but I feel like that's the fast food
That's the one.
McDonald's style that I'm more used to.
and he shoulder checked me. I told you about that.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, when we had like at the end of the class, there was like
Shoulder
a champagne toast.
How big is this
He's
man?
him.
As one does.
You know, this is to me teaching you how to write a script. Like it's very like self, patting on the back type thing.
Yeah.
Things. And so everyone's getting a glass, and all of a sudden this guy just walks right through me, just shoulder checks me, and like,
Wow.
who the hell is this jerk? You're like, he obviously was just like this alpha type dude. Is like, I gotta find the biggest guy in the room and just shoulder check him.
Yeah. It's like
You know?
prison.
Exactly.
Surge
And then
the cats out of prison.
And then I go to look, and it's like Robert McKee. I'm like, holy shit, Robert McKee just shoulder checked me.
I don't know.
for
It
this-
sounds
his
like you're
champagne
complaining
toast.
about this thing, but in what I'm hearing is his seminar gave you all these amazing stories to tell.
Yeah, there you
about
go.
what happened at the
Right.
seminar. Like the seminar was just a one long story. Now
Yeah, exactly. Like
he came straight out of prison. Some inmate stole his socks. So he
Straight out of
Robert
shoulder
McKee is
checked
probably
him.
just setting up like just little things for you to write about. You
Yeah,
know?
you'll never forget that seminar. Now you'll forget everything he taught you, but you won't forget that seminar.
Yeah, but I remember everyone was stressing out because he was so mean. Like, there was like one place, like a Burger King, that was walking distance, and so everyone was there, and everyone was panicking to get back.
Yelling at the Burger King staff. Hey,
Yeah.
Let you know who I'm going
this
to.
old inmate's gonna body check me.
Just
Gonna
like
slam the door in
goddamn
my face and
Impossible
take my
Whopper.
socks.
But yeah, I got stories.
That shit, you should. That's like an inspiration. You should draw that. Like maybe animate that mini story of an old man shoulder.
Oh my God. Put it on
Or-
TikTok.
you know,
Yeah,
that's
but
how
on
you-
TikTok.
that's how you know you're getting older, is when you realize you have so many odd stories like that.
That don't even
Okay.
occur to you how odd they are until you
Until you
tell
say it
people
out
and they're
loud.
like, what?
Yeah,
But
'cause
hey, that's a life well lived.
I was talking to Soulbrush the other day on his stream, and somehow the story of me saving my neighbor.
The what? Your neighbor?
Yeah, like I was in like a freshman in high school, and I'm walking home in the snow because it was wintertime, and I hear like someone moaning, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And it's freaking cold out here. So I followed the sound. I don't know why.
As one does.
Gotta be a screenplay.
Because
Make
you
it
haven't
a
watched enough
screenplay.
zombie movies at the time yet, right?
Yeah, like in a horror movie, dead, right? But I go down and I see like there's a row of houses, and in the backyard there's a steep hill that just drops. And this guy in a wheelchair, who was my neighbor, he was paraplegic.
Oh,
He had rolled down the hill,
oh my
and
lord.
and so he fell off his wheelchair, and I was like, "Holy shit!" you know, this guy, and like I slid down the hill, and I go down there, and my neighbor, he's naked.
Wait, in the snow.
He's naked in the snow.
It's like, Ed, I've been waiting for you.
No, I don't know what he was doing, but he had made a sharp turn on his ramp. Sorry, I get it.
That sucks.
He went down the hill. So I went down there and I saw him. I pulled up his wheelchair and like I picked this dude up. And he was like
My hero.
he was he was like 300 something pounds, you know.
Oh shit.
And it was like paraplegic, like dead weight, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a boost of adrenaline, but it was just like, boop, pop him on his wheelchair, push him back in.
Oh.
And I
Damn,
was like,
wrong.
and I know this is art related and shit.
This is
And then
Storytelling.
right when it's very,
I mean-
he was like, "You must have been kirking around or something."
because you wasn't lunching. You were
You know,
so I
listen,
pushed-
Mo, where do you live?
listen, Mo.
no, I knew
I
where
could
he
have
lived,
froze to death like a mofo
but I did
or like a
I did-
mug. I'm sorry. What was the
Like a mug.
is
Oh
the-
my
that's
god.
the DC one, right?
then I brought him back to this house, and then I had to like get firewood from the side of the house
What?
because you
warm
keep
him up.
firewood
You gotta keep 'em
outside.
warm.
And I
Yeah,
had to bring it.
We live in
and
Vegas.
start
We
it-
don't know what
Sounds
that
I
like-
had to start.
The 1800s.
Yeah.
This is,
He's gonna be like, I had to put away
this is
my
a whole
hunting
made up story, right? No. So I started the fire to, and got him some blankets, but it was so weird when I found him, he was like all cut up and stuff. Like
That sucks.
I don't
Like from the fall, I hope, not from.
I don't know. I
self-inflicted
think
wounds.
he might have been like cutting himself or I don't
Oh
know.
my
It was
God.
a
Oh
weird
my
story, but-
goodness.
Turns out this is a monster story. Like there's a hidden monster that he's not telling us about.
This
Right.
story's getting wilder as it goes on. I have a feeling
Wow.
Ed's gonna be like. So anyway, pick any moment from that story, and that's your art prompt for the
No,
week.
I'm gonna be annoyed, yeah.
Draw the scene.
Draw the scene.
And that's why he said he was naked, like specifically like, he was naked.
He was late for his figure class, a figure drawing class.
Drawing class.
Yeah, so that was my my one moment of heroism. So
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny, like when
But it
you
was
when you're
weird.
old, you forget.
mm,
Like your 20s feels like another lifetime ago. So like all the stuff you did in your high school and early adult, you're like, oh, see, this is how it's gonna be, Josh. When you get older, you're gonna be like,
I'm scared.
whoa, that sounds like a completely different. Like you say, scary.
I'm scared, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I already have that, like when people talk about like a past.
You didn't even think about this. That's the weird thing. It's like,
Well,
oh my
people
God, I
reminisce
used to
about the
do that.
past.
You're like a whole new person. you know?
mm. Yeah,
Like,
I've been
people talk about like, remember when we used to do blank, and I'm like, oh man, that's like a whole lifetime ago. I don't.
yeah,
remember.
that's yeah.
yeah. No, I'm like that with like whenever I go back east and I see old friends, they'll remember stuff like from 20 years ago, like it was yesterday. And I'm
And you're
like,
like,
I
"What?"
don't remember that. Who are you? Or
Wait, who are you?
Because- because I
remember
left
when
the
you
east.
saved me when I was naked?
Right. Well, you gotta think.
Robert McKee.
I left the East Coast. I left the East Coast like in like 2002, right? So I've been here a long time. So it's a whole different life ago, and it's like I go back home, and it's like I don't recall. Like I'll run into people in the Walmart or something from high school, and like, hey, what's up, man? And I'm also like,
Townies.
I'm like, hey, hey, good seeing you.
Hey,
you know?
person.
It's like, hey,
human.
guy,
Hey,
guy.
Circle, you know?
What up,
Hey,
Mo?
yeah.
What up, Mo?
What's up? And that's why Mo's an important word. What's up, Mo? Um,
Hey, I haven't seen you around here anymore.
Mo. Oh man, but yeah, man, it's so off topic at this point.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you
it's
know,
inspiring. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
oh.
it's
stories.
been a while since we podcasted. We're excited to just talk.
Yeah, I didn't even see Beach Whale said asked what's the inspiration for y'all's art.
Oh
Like
well, he knows
today or
mine,
just in
obviously.
general.
Yeah, what?
As random as it could get, that's me. You know?
Today apparently it's cat, bat, rat rhyming words for
I didn't know what to draw, and then Josh had the Batman out, so
Uh,
that
Wait,
was
what?
my inspiration for today.
Oh,
The Batman and the what is it? Oh, it's a rat.
The Rat Man.
Oh
it's
yeah,
ratatouille.
Ratatata.
Rat-a-tat.
But
Oh, man.
usually, my inspiration, if not Brian for today, I would say is puns. Is usually puns, usually sci-fi. One of those two. Yeah,
For me, it's mullets.
if it's got a mullet,
Various
I'll draw
sizes.
it.
Comic books is the biggest inspiration for me for my art.
Mine are teeth. I think mine are
Teeth.
just teeth. Toofuses.
Can I say, like, when I started doing portraits and characters and stuff, teeth are like my favorite thing to draw.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they tell you not to draw the lines of the teeth. I was like, I'm drawing this line.
I'm drawing those lines. I'm like
No.
a beginner tattoo artist. I'm outlining
Oh,
the
the
teeth.
chiclets. Little
I'm
chiclets.
drawing chiclets.
Good. You ever see that? They'll just white the whole teeth and the eye,
Yeah.
the whites in the eyes. I'm like, dude,
Just
what's
bright
wrong with
white.
you? Yeah, it sucks when you run into like tattoo artists that just don't know. Yeah,
That's
like,
another thing I want to attempt. I'm
Take a
gonna go buy
class.
one of those fake pig skins. My friend's got a tattoo
then
gun.
just and
I'm
start
gonna go to
tattooing.
town. Yeah.
why don't you just tattoo me? I'll
Why
I'll
don't you
give
tattoo
you
your
I'll give you a
leg?
spot. I'll give
Tattoo
you a
your
spot.
thigh like Ed did.
I want to practice. I don't want to give you like a weird doodle, like stick doodle. Like
I don't care. As long as
Ed's
it's not,
addicted to tattoos. That's how tattoos
yeah.
are.
As long as it's not dick and balls, I'm cool.
I'm like, but Ed, listen to me.
What
if it's a pun version of
There is
that,
a
though?
lighthouse.
Oh, if it was a
But what
pun,
if it's a
I'd-
really good dick and balls? Like with really good shading.
Really good
You're like,
shading,
wow,
really good veins.
black and gray is your style,
Just
Josh.
throbbing.
This is your future.
Can we use that word throbbing?
Throbbing.
Only when I'm talking about when my eye hurts. Like when I have one of those
That's a good-
headaches.
that's a
That's
good
it.
one, yeah.
That's it.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I think that's what I got. I don't know if you guys have anything else. Oh wait, I do.
Oh.
And I haven't actually personally done this, but I know some people that have, and it's just have a whole bunch of different stuff started. Like just so like you do one thing and then you finish and you already have something that's already started. So
I too
Yeah,
have
that's
heard
me.
of other people doing that, and I find that to be stressful.
Well,
You're
let
like,
me tell you something, Brian. It is.
you're like, when's
That
it gonna
kind of
end?
plate
When's it
spinning,
gonna end?
that
It's
kind of
just you
plate
end up
spinning,
having 10 projects that are just not finished, but
Yeah.
you could kind of like, switch to each one, and it's
Yeah, because if I don't knock out something like quickly, I'm gonna lose interest fast. Like
yeah.
I
Is
did
it
do
Story
that
of my
for.
life.
I did do
Right.
that early on when I was writing. I have so many manuscripts that I've just started
mhm.
and never finished because we've just moved on to other stuff. So maybe it's not like I'm not gonna do it with art. I find it stressful with art, but maybe it is helpful. Also, like I want to say, like even though I don't benefit from this because I have the superpower of not being able to picture anything in my mind's eye, reading books does tend to help people draw again. I've heard, like if they're in a rut, they'll just start reading, and it's for me, it's like watching movies. I guess the way I watch movies or anime, they read books, but I'm not distracted by whatever all your minds do, where they draw pictures for you and apparently talk to you. What?
Crazy.
My mind is lonely and dark, and I love it.
Oh my god.
Shit, Brian, you want to talk?
I don't mean
about-
dark.
So
I don't mean.
it's like Brian's mind
I
is
mean
like that movie
dark
The
as
Cell.
in lack of light. That's what I'm talking about. Like no
Oh, okay.
distractions is what I'm talking about. Not like evil dark.
Mhm.
Nefarious. I
Yeah.
thought of another more specific tip on instead of saying just do it.
Mhm.
So sometimes I'll have like an idea that it's like a whole scene, and very rarely am I gonna knock that out because I'm no pro. You ever seen those Instagram reels where they're like, "Watch me paint a landscape," and then it's like boom,
Right.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that. So for me,
Yeah, I don't
to
either.
to drag my lazy butt to do it, I will pick like the most atomic thing of that idea. So like if the idea is Tarzan swinging through the vines of a jungle, I have to go first draw the pose of Tarzan. Very,
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
a piece of that idea. And then I did something. I did something for that day,
Mhm.
and I would have something accomplished, and I'll say, "Oh, I like the pose," or "I don't like the pose." And then next, I'll probably try to draw vines, and then sometime later, I'll put them all together, like when I'm comfortable.
Okay,
Like,
so you're practicing each
Yeah,
part.
that's a good idea. Yeah, like break
Yeah.
it down into manageable chunks.
yeah,
It's a good way
And
of doing it.
And that way, when you're tired of Tarzan, you didn't waste all your time trying to draw the whole thing.
right. And then
It's
you
like,
end up
I'm gonna
because then
move
if
on.
you did, you'd end up with like a half-baked
Half Tarzan,
jungle
some
green-
spaghetti vines,
green
some scribbled
splotches.
background.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's a
found
good
that-
idea, though. Even though I just made fun of it, it's a good idea to break larger pieces like that down into manageable chunks. Everything should be broken down into manageable chunks. Read Atomic Habits. That was
Oh, yeah.
random, right?
That was a
That's a
book.
good- no, that's a
Read
good
The
too.
One Thing, which is also similar to that approach.
Yeah.
The One Thing.
And start small. If you're
Start
gonna
small.
make a habit of something, don't set a goal with like I'm gonna do like a huge a mural. It's
Yeah.
like just today start with like I'm gonna sketch on a post-it note. and just
Yeah,
build
I'm
from
gonna
there.
remake
Like-
the Sistine Chapel in my
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you want to do a
slowly keep
mural, but
building.
have you drawn a hand yet? Maybe start with that.
Exactly. Do you even know color theory? What are you doing?
I only know colors in theory, but
Hey.
hey,
Oh my
'cause I'm
god.
colorblind.
The puns are back.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we covered pretty
Yeah, I think
well,
that's,
right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do one thing today, just so everyone had space.
That's way more than I did.
Yeah, I
Way
know.
more than I did.
Since Josh hates that I take up so much real estate,
I didn't mind.
it's fine. It's fine. Hold on. Yeah. So I think that's all I got.
Yeah, so we probably should mention that you can also follow Art Pizza Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Facebook.
Discord.
Check out our Discord.
There's a little QR thing right in the corner.
QR code for the Discord. Join the community.
People have to
Join
be
the
really
haters
trusting of
club.
QR codes. Don't you think?
Why did you put a Rick Roll QR code?
No, but
It's a dick and balls.
That'd be
yeah,
messed up.
it could easily be dick and balls. It's just like, oh, our pizza Discord. Let me click. Let me scan that. Oh no, it's
I mean, you could
Throbbing
do the
dick and
same thing
balls.
with any URL. Just have it direct to that. It's not like that's all the QR code is anyway. So
I just don't know
it's
if
just
people
it's
trust
a
it.
fancier way of telling the same joke.
Gotcha. Cool. All right,
But it
I think-
isn't. Disclaimer. I trust Ed that he did not do that.
It is the Discord link, everyone. It is not
it's
Ed
not dick and
goofing
balls.
on you.
All right, cool. Well, I think that
All
wraps
right.
it up.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for everyone who stopped
Thank you
by.
for joining us. Keep
Goodbye,
drawing, keep hanging
everyone.
out, drawing in Magma if you want, because I left plenty of space for everyone.
Yeah, apparently.
Damn it, Brian.
All right, I am ending stream.
All right.